Good afternoon, children.
Good afternoon,
Good
ma'am.
afternoon.
We were discussing about megasporogenesis. And one of you tell me what is meant by megasporogenesis. Rijas, what is megasporogenesis?
It is the formation of megaspore from megaspore mothers.
By? By which division?
Meiotic division.
By meiotic division, and as a result 4 megaspores are formed. Out of these 4, only one remains functional, the other 3 will get degenerated, and the functional one will develop into embryo sac or the female gametophyte. So let's continue. This we had seen, this slide we had seen last period. In majority of the flowering plants, only one of the megaspores will remain functional, the other 3 will degenerate, and the functional megaspore will develop into the female gametophyte, and you call this method of formation of embryo sac as monosporic development, because it's being or it is getting developed from a single spore, and all the other 3 are getting degenerated. A formation of the embryo sac already in class 10, even though it was not included in the theory, you have learned about double fertilization. Hope you are remembering. You have a picture to draw in class 10, germination of pollen on stigma. So there, when that topic was being taken, maybe your teachers might have taught you about double fertilization and the different cells, the names of different cells present in the embryo sac. The nucleus of the functional megaspore. Now we are going to learn how this embryo sac is being formed. Already you know that it is being formed from the functional megaspore. The nucleus of that megaspore, the functional megaspore, the nucleus of that will divide. Here it is not meiotic but mitotic division. It will divide mitotically and form 2 nuclei. You can see in the picture the functional megaspore. In the first figure you can see a cell with 2 nuclei. So the functional megaspore is having a single nucleus. The single nucleus will undergo division and it will form 2 nuclei, and they will be moving towards the opposite poles. So that stage of embryo sac you call as 2 nucleate embryo sac or 2 nucleated embryo sac. Now what happens? Each of these nuclei will divide further mitotically and they will form 4 nuclei. And then those 4 nuclei will further divide and form 8 nuclei, as you can see in the picture. So once again I will repeat, the nuclei of the functional megaspore will divide into 2 nuclei, and each of them will further divide into 2 nuclei each. Those 4 nuclei will further divide and form 8 nuclei. So you can see two nucleated embryo sac, 4 nucleated embryo sac and 8 nucleated embryo sac in the figure. First one, 2 nucleated, 4 nucleated and 8 nucleated stage. The nuclei, as I told you, it is dividing 2 more times, forming 8 nucleated states. But all these divisions are strictly free nuclear. Only the nucleus is getting divided. You know that you have learned the division of the nucleus, even when a cell is dividing, the nucleus divides first, which is followed by the division of the cytoplasm or the other parts. But this division, it is just restricted to nucleus. It is strictly free nuclear division. Free nuclear division means the nucleus is undergoing division, but this is not followed by the formation of cell wall. The cytoplasm is not getting divided, or cell wall is not being formed. It is limited only to the nucleus. The nucleus undergoes division. The first, in the beginning, the nucleus undergoes division and forms two nuclei. Each of those nuclei will further divide and form 4 and finally 8. But the divisions of these nuclei are not followed by cell wall formation. It is strictly free nuclear. The divisions is limited to nucleus, but it is not followed by the division of the cytoplasm, or the formation of cell wall is not happening. Only the nucleus is undergoing division. After the 8 nucleated stage, once the single nucleus has got divided into 8 nuclei, you call it as 8 nucleate stage. Now only the cell wall formation takes place. Immediately after the formation or immediately after the division of nucleus. We told that in the beginning, the single nucleus is getting divided into 2. At that time, no cell wall formation or cytoplasm division is taking place. Again, these two are getting divided into 4. So there also no cell wall formation. Then it forms 8 nuclei at that time. So once 8 nucleated stage is completed, now the cell wall formation will take place, and cell walls are laid down, leading to the organization of a typical female gametophyte or embryo sac. So once 8 nuclei are formed, now the cell wall formation will be taking place, and then it will result in the formation of a typical female gametophyte or embryo sac. 6 of the 8 nuclei. So cell wall is not forming around all the 8 nuclei, but only 6 out of these 8 nuclei will be covered or surrounded by cell wall, and they form cell. You know that if cell wall formation has taken place followed by the division of the nucleus, it will result in the formation of individual cells. Just the nucleus is divided, you cannot call it as a cell. Nucleus, cytoplasm, cell wall, only then we will be able to call it as a cell. So 8 nuclei are formed, but out of these only 6 of them will get surrounded by cell walls and form cells. And the remaining 2, you call those 2 without cell wall formation, those nuclei which are not having any cell wall surrounding it, you call them as polar nuclei. They will be situated below the egg apparatus in the large central cell. They will remain in the large central cell. So here we can find, just a minute. Okay, now see the figure. In the last figure, you can find a female gametophyte with all the different cells. And on the lower side, you can see 3 antipodals. These 3 antipodals are surrounded by, or they are covered by cell wall. The nuclei there are covered by cell wall. Then on the micropylar end, you call that as the egg apparatus. 2 synergids, and in the center there will be egg. So 2 synergids on either side. On either side you can see this, and So here you can see a synergid, here also you can see synergid. So two synergids, and in the center you have the egg. The female gamete or egg is present in the center, on either side synergids. Then on the lower side here, that is on the chalazal end, you have three antipodals. And on the micropylar end also three cells are there. Here three, here also three. These three are antipodals. You call these three cells as antipodals, and on the micropylar end also you can see three cells, but the three cells are synergids plus the female gamete, or two synergids and one female gamete. They together form the egg apparatus. We call it as egg apparatus. Egg apparatus consists of two synergids and one female gamete or egg. And here it is said that below the egg apparatus you can see two polar nuclei, and they are found in the central cell. Central cell means the functional megaspore, that is a cell. In that central cell you can find two polar nuclei. They are not covered by any cell wall, or their division was not followed by cell wall formation. So those two will remain in the central cell. With one more figure I'll explain it. See, this is a mature embryo sac. Once all the structures or all the cells are formed, this one you call it as a mature embryo sac, micropylar end, chalazal end. In the previous figure, the micropylar end was shown on the top, but here you can see chalazal end is on the upper side, micropyle is on the lower side. And see three antipodals. They are present at the chalazal end. You can see three antipodals present at the chalazal end. Then we have three cells at the micropylar end also, that is two synergids and one egg. So here also three, here all the three. At the chalazal end, all the three cells, you call them as antipodals, whereas on the micropylar end, the three cells are synergids, two synergids and one female gamete or egg. So this one is the egg in the center, and on either side you can see synergids, two synergids, and this one is the egg cell. And in the center, this one is a central cell. So present at the center of the central cell you can see two polar nuclei, just the nuclei, no cell wall covering them. So here you can see, or you can call this stage as 8 nucleated 7 celled stage. You call it as 8 nucleated 7 celled stage. So 8, yes?
Ma'am, why is it upside down in the second picture?
Actually, in a plant, so in a, what to say, inside a ovule, it will be remaining like this. The position is just like this, because it is through the micropylar end that the pollen tube has to enter. So it is in this position that it is, we call it as anatropous ovule. Anatropous ovule means it's in the upside down. Usually we say chalaza is the basal end, but in an ovule it will be positioned in this way with the micropylar end at the base and chalazal end at the top. It's kept upside down, and it is through the micropyle that the pollen tube enters, because only there the opening is present, and it is only through there the pollen tube can enter, because all the other regions it is covered by integument. So only through the micropyle the pollen tube can make its entry. That is why it is positioned like that. Okay, Steffi?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And that is why you call it as an anatropous ovule. It is kept inverted or upside down. And once again I will repeat, just now I told you it's having or at this stage you can call embryo sac as 8 nucleated 7-celled stage. You can be asked to explain the 8-nucleated 7-celled stage of embryo sac. Why 8 nuclei? We'll count the number of nuclei here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. We have 8 nuclei. And now let's see the number of cells. The 1, 2, 3. Each one is having a separate cell wall covering. So 3, 4, 5, 6. And these two are present in a single cell. These two are present in this cell, so that means 7 cells. Individually, they don't have separate cell wall coverings. Together, they are found in the same cell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So 7 celled, 8 nucleated stage. Hope you have understood. I'll repeat it again. After seeing the next slide, I'll repeat it again. Distribution of cells within the embryo sac. A typical mature embryo sac is 8 nucleated and 7 celled. 3 cells are grouped at the micropylar end and they form egg apparatus. 3 cells at the micropylar end, you call it as egg apparatus. It consists of 2 synergids and 1 egg cell. Egg cell is the female gamete. See here, marking is not clear. This one is the egg cell. Okay, this is the egg cell or the female gamete. Synergids, they have some special cellular thickenings at the micropylar end. So these two are synergids. These two are the synergids. Okay. And here you can see some thickenings. Some thickenings are there. You call it as filiform apparatus. Its function is to guide the pollen tubes into the synergid. Synergid is a part of egg apparatus. So, because or due to the presence of this filiform apparatus, the pollen tube will gain entry into the synergids and finally they will be merging with the egg cell. You know, 2 male gametes will be present in each pollen grain. One will combine with the female gamete or egg. The other one will fuse with the polar nuclei. This briefly you have learned in class 10. So I'll be repeating all the points, not to worry. 3 cells at the chalazal end are called antipodals. The large central cell consists of 2 polar nuclei. So I'll repeat all the points once again. Those who haven't understood, please listen carefully once again. So we were discussing about the formation of embryo sac. How the embryo sac is getting fully formed, fully developed. And you know that the female gametophyte or embryo sac is formed from the single functional megaspore. And the nucleus of this, to begin with, the nucleus of this functional megaspore, only one nucleus in the beginning. It will divide and it will form 2 nuclei. Then you call it as the 2 nucleated stage, not 2 cell, 2 nucleated stage. Cell is same, but the nucleus is undergoing division. The nucleus of the functional megaspore undergoes division and forms 2 nuclei. You call it as 2 nucleated stage. It will further divide and form 4 nuclei. So 4 nucleated stage. Again divisions take place and forms 8 nuclei. You call it as 8 nucleated stage. And at the 8 nucleated stage, so till 8 nuclei are formed, the divisions are restricted only to the nucleus. The nuclear divisions were not followed by the division of the cytoplasm or cell wall formation. Neither cytoplasm got divided or cell wall formation took place following nuclear division till it reached the 8 nucleated stage. And one more point is mentioned here. So to begin with, they form 2 nuclei. As you can see in the figure, the 2 nuclei form, they'll move to opposite poles and further divisions are taking place in the opposite poles. As you can see in the figure, here the single nuclei, there in the pole itself it is dividing into 2, that divides into 4. The other one at the opposite pole, 1, then 2 and finally 4. But these divisions were strictly nuclear, free nuclear, which means the nuclear divisions were not followed immediately by cell wall formation. These were not immediately followed by cell wall formation. Why we said immediately? After 8 nuclear form, then cell wall formation is taking place. And once 8 nuclei has formed inside the cell, then it will be followed by the formation of cell walls. And it will result in the formation of a typical female gametophyte or embryo sac. But the point to be noted is that out of 8 nuclei, only 6 of them will be surrounded by cell walls and they will form individual cells. Whereas 2 of them, 2 polar nuclei, the 2 nuclei will be present inside the central cell. They won't be covered by any cell wall. They just remain as a part of the central cell. No cell wall formation takes place, or else you can say these polar nuclei are not surrounded by any cell wall. They will remain in the central cell, whereas the rest of the 6 nuclei will be surrounded by cell wall. Hence, the female gametophyte or the embryo sac at this stage, you can call it as 8 nucleated 7 celled stage. 8 nuclei are there, but only 7 cells are present, including the central cell. 3 antipodals, then 4th one the central cell, 5th one egg, 6th and 7th synergids. So 7 cells are there and 8 nuclei. 3 cells present at the micropylar end. Together we call it as egg apparatus. It consists of 2 synergids and 1 egg cell. And these 3, which together form egg apparatus, is present at the micropylar end. So you should not get confused with the cells present in chalazal end and micropylar end. Remember, it is through the micropyle that the pollen tube is entering. So female gamete or egg should be present at that end. So don't get confused. Egg apparatus is present at the micropylar end. What forms the egg apparatus? 2 synergids and the female gamete or egg forms the egg apparatus. And on the chalazal end, you can find 3 antipodal cells. And synergids present at the micropylar end, they have got some special thickenings. And you call these thickenings as filiform apparatus. What is the function of filiform apparatus? It will help in guiding the pollen tube to the synergid. Once it has entered the synergid, then they can fuse with the female gamete present in the egg apparatus. And the 2 polar nuclei are present in the central cell. Any doubt, children? Have you understood? Have you understood? If you have any doubt, I will explain. Have you understood the 7-celled, 8 nucleated stage? Yes. Don't hesitate. If you have any doubts, I am ready to explain.
Ma'am, can you summarize?
Okay. You know that 4 megaspores are formed from megaspore mother cell. Only 1 megaspore, single megaspore mother cell is there, and the single megaspore mother cell will form 4 megaspores. Out of these 4 megaspores, 3 will degenerate, 1 will remain functional. And this functional megaspore will undergo further changes and will develop into embryo sac or female gametophyte. To begin with, the nucleus present in the embryo sac or the megaspore, the functional megaspore, will divide into 2 and they will move to the opposite poles. So now 2 nucleate, you can call this stage as 2 nucleated stage. And both these nuclei will further divide and form 4 nuclei. Okay, so you call it as 4 nucleated stage. It undergoes further divisions and form 8 nuclei. Then you call it as 8 nucleated stage. But all these nuclear divisions are not followed by the formation of cell wall. So such a division you call as, what do you call it as? Strictly free nuclear, which means the nuclear divisions are not followed by cell wall formation. Cell wall formation immediately. But once 8 nuclei are formed, now cell wall formation starts. But 8 nuclei are there. Out of these 8, only 6 of them will be surrounded by cell wall. And the remaining 2, those 2 nuclei which are not bound by cell wall, you call them polar nuclei, that will remain in the main cell, the central cell. All the other rest of the nuclei, they are surrounded by cell wall. So at this stage you can call embryo sac as 8 nucleated 7 celled stage. Okay, and if you go in the detail, if you see the details of the cells present, you can find 3 antipodal cells at the chalazal end. At the chalazal or basal end, you can find 3 antipodal cells, and on the micropylar end, egg apparatus is present. Egg apparatus consists of a female gamete and 2 synergids on either side. Synergids are provided with some special thickenings. You call it as filiform apparatus. And the function of filiform apparatus is to guide the pollen tube into the synergid, which can lead to fertilization or fusion of the male gamete with the egg. And at the center, you can find 2 polar nuclei in the central cell. Okay, Steffi?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, Punya, you may start. Just summarize the points.
Ma'am,
No.
one doubt.
No.
Can you tell the function of filiform apparatus?
They will guide, or these thickenings will guide the pollen tube into the synergid. It is with the help of these filiform apparatus that the pollen tube enters the synergid. And later, the male gametes present there will fuse, one will fuse with polar nuclei, the other one will fuse with the egg, which you will learn later. But you just understand, it will guide the pollen tube into the synergid. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, Punya, start.
Ma'am,
Oh, yes.
the last 2 points.
Last 2 points. Which were the last 2 points? Nia, no?
Yes.
Nia is asking. Yes.
3 cells at
About antipodals, central cell. What was the 2 points at the end? What
Ma'am,
do you
that's
want?
filiform apparatus.
Only
and
that,
last-
Nia, about filiform apparatus?
yes, ma'am.
Yes. Synergids. Synergids and the egg together form the egg apparatus. And as you can see in the picture I had shown you earlier, I'll show you again. Some thickenings. If you see the textbook, you can see some frill-like structures. So those thickenings you call as filiform apparatus. They serve an important function. They will guide the pollen tube. See, pollen tube after falling on the stigma will germinate, forms a pollen tube. It will grow through the style and finally it has to enter the ovule or enter the embryo sac for fertilization to take place. So once the pollen tube reaches the ovule, it should be guided into the egg apparatus. Only then the fusion can take place. So these filiform apparatus will help to guide the pollen tube to enter the synergid. And later, you know that through the pollen tube, two male gametes are being transferred into the embryo sac, and one male gamete will fuse with the egg, the other one with the two polar nuclei, which you will learn later. Is that clear, Nia?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Punya, start. From the functional megaspore, the nuclear divisions in the functional megaspore, from there you can start. Punya is there. She's not there. Okay, Nandana, you start. Let her continue.
The nucleus of the functional megaspore divides mitotically
Divides mitotically into
two nuclei.
how many?
Two nuclei.
Two. Then
They move to the opposite poles and they further divide to form 4 nuclei. And they further divide to form 8 nuclei.
8 nuclei. Then Malavika, continue.
These divisions are free nuclear. That means the division of cytoplasm and cell wall formation doesn't occur.
Only limited to nuclei. Only nuclear divisions are taking place, and these divisions are not immediately followed by cell wall formation. Punya, can you hear me? Punya? Any connectivity issue, will you be able to answer?
Yes, ma'am. Right
Continue. Now she said that, Malavika told that these divisions, nuclear divisions, are strictly free nuclear, which are not followed by cell wall formation. And now after 8 nuclei have formed, what is next?
It's a nuclei surrounded by cell walls and organized into cells. Remaining nuclei are polar nuclei, which are situated below the egg apparatus.
Okay, so 6 out of these 8 nuclei will be surrounded by cell wall, but 2 out of these, we call it as polar nuclei, will remain in the central cell. Then, Donna, explain that 7-celled 8 nucleated stage. Which are the cells? Name those cells and its location.
3 cells are grouped at the micropylar end and forms egg apparatus.
What are the cells? Name those cells.
2
Synergids.
and 1 egg cell.
1 egg cell. Okay. At the at the chalazal pole, what do you find, Gayatri? At the chalazal pole, name the cells present at the chalazal end.
Antipodals.
3 antipodals. What is the function of synergids? Sania?
They have a thick cellular thickening at the ends.
You call it as
Filiform appearance.
filiform apparatus. And what is its role?
Guide the
Pollen tube into synergid. So it is with the help of this filiform apparatus that pollen tube gains entry into the synergid, which will lead to fertilization. Okay, so we'll wind up for today. Day after tomorrow we will meet. Please, children, revise your daily portions. Don't keep your portions to pile up, then you will find it difficult to learn on a daily basis. Please do revise. Okay, I might ask you to take a seminar based on the previous day's topic. Anybody can get whatever we covered in the previous class. I'll ask you to summarize, just like a seminar. So please be prepared. Any doubts you can clarify. If not, while you're revising, if you come across any doubts, leave a message. I'll clarify it. But be prepared. So from the beginning, if you are making all these points thorough, then your work will be much less towards the end. Okay, don't keep today's work for tomorrow. See you next class, children. And before we wind up, let me check the attendance. So thank you, children. See you next class.